Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today we're going through the appearance of Shree Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Great. So let me get that.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born in Navadip, Bengal on the 27th, 1486. That is 1534 AD, on a full moon night during a lunar eclipse. So this is for the year 2021, that it will fall on the 28th March. So this year it is on the 7th of
7th of
March.
March, 23,
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Navadvip is a large city straddling both sides of the Ganga. Praised in the scriptures as a holy place, Navadvip was famous during Lord Chaitanya's time as the center of learning and culture. At a time when Bharat was suffering from rampant spiritual stagnation, strict caste stratification, the prominence of logic over mystic experience, and domination by Islamic rulers, socially, morally, spiritually, politically, and intellectually, there was a need for a change. It is typical for people to bathe in the Ganga during an eclipse and chant the Lord's holy names for spiritual purification. So everyone in the area was chanting the holy names when he was born. His parents, Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi, gave him the name of Vishwambhar, meaning the support of the universe. Very nice picture. The reason they gave that name was because astrologers had predicted his superhuman qualities and that he would deliver the people of the world. He was also nicknamed Nimai because he had been born under a neem. During his childhood, he displayed mysterious powers by outwitting thieves.
I think these two came and they saw him wearing these wonderful jewels and they decided to kidnap him. So they kidnapped him, but all they did was they went in a big circle and they came back to his home again. So in that way, Nimai fooled them.
No. By playing with a poisonous snake and speaking philosophically with his mother. As he grew, his beauty and intelligence began to show more fruit. He was a brilliant student who quickly mastered poetics, Sanskrit grammar, and the current pad, Navya a form of logic. He would often play at defeating his fellow students using logic. While still young, he opened his own school and began teaching grammar and logic.
This is the pastime of Keshava Kashmiri. Let me see if I got it here. No. You know that pastime, Karuna?
No, I'm not
Oh,
sure.
okay. So he was in the school. He actually opened his own school when he was very young. And the school was all about logic, how to defeat somebody through conversation and analysis. So one time, Keshava Kashmiri, who was regarded to be one of the greatest pundits in Bharat, came to Navadvip because he knew Navadvip is a center of debate. And everybody in Navadvip ran away because they knew Keshava Kashmiri was a great debater, philosopher. So they ran away, except Nimai. So Nimai was challenged by Keshava Kashmiri that I will recite to you 64 verses of the Ganga, and to show you my intelligence. So Keshav Kashmir did that. Nimai was listening very intently. After the recitation, Nimai said to Keshav Kashmir, very, very good, very impressive. But there are a few mistakes. There are no mistakes, Keshav Kashmir said. These are perfect. I have recited these mantras perfectly. I made them up and I did it very, very nicely. And Nimai said, well, actually in the 60th verse or something like that, you have spoken like this. So Nimai had memorized what he had said. You had spoken like this, and these were the errors in that. There's some good points and there's some errors as well. And when Keshav Kashmiri heard that, he was shocked. He was thinking, how did this little boy memorize this verse and then find the good and the bad faults in that verse? He was completely defeated. He went home. He went to sleep. But he couldn't sleep. He was really disturbed. In the middle of the night, he had a dream. Saraswati Ma, who was his guru, came to him because he was praying to Saraswati Ma. What happened? How can I get defeated by a little boy? So Saraswati Ma came to him and said, don't worry. This little boy is actually Shri Krishna himself. His name is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and you should surrender onto his lotus feet. You are very fortunate to be defeated by the Supreme Lord himself. So then Keshav Kashmiri, he understood. Next day he went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he bowed down to him and surrendered at his lotus feet. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very pleased with him, blessed him so many times. And as far as I understand, if I'm not mistaken, Keshav Kashmiri is Ved Vyas, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, sorry, Karuna, please carry on.
Thank you for reminding me. A beautiful pastime.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhu. Keshava Kashmiri is not a Vedivyas. He is
Who is he?
Brihaspati.
Brihaspati. Okay, thank you very much for clarifying that. Surendra. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. And the pretext of performing sacred rites on the anniversary of his father's death, Vishambhara journeyed to Gaya in Bihar with a group of students. There, after receiving Vaishnava initiation from Ishwar Puri, he became transformed. He lost all interest in logic and argument and absorbed himself in chanting Krishna's names in devotional ecstasy. Upon returning to Navadvip, he gathered a following with whom he would engage in congregational singing of the Lord's holy name. Thus he started the first Sankirtan, congregational devotional singing movement, and established the importance of chanting the names of God in this age as the most elevated of spiritual processes and the prime means for liberation from material attachments. He also revealed himself to many.
This is the revelation of the universal form to Advaitacharya, who is actually non-different from Mahavishnu. So he showed the devotees the different forms according to their realization of Krishna. So amazing, amazing. And to Ramananda Ray, he showed him the forms of Radha and Krishna. Because Ramananda Ray, I believe, is Lalita Sakhi, if I'm not mistaken, in Krishna Lila.
No, Vishaka Prabhu.
Vishaka, thank you. I'm just testing you, Surinder, if you know. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. Huh?
Thank
You should be here every day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
At first, his chanting with people was for the few participants who were part of his group. But then Sri Chaitanya ordered that the ecstasy of love of God be distributed to all people of the area. He gave no recognition for the privileges of caste or for position or type of philosophy a person had, or yogic asceticism. He had no regard for ascetics involved in yoga, for impersonalists attempting to obtain liberation from the material world, or for the worship of demigods for material benefit. He only emphasized for the devotional chanting of the Lord's holy names using the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, which can bring out the natural loving sentiments for God. Thus, Vishwambhar met with opposition from some sections of the local Brahminical community and from Muslim rulers. But when he mobilized thousands of citizens in a Sankirtan procession to the Muslim magistrate's house, he succeeded in convincing the magistrate to sanction the movement. Seeing the need to spread Krishna consciousness more widely, Vishwambhar decided to take sannyas, the renounced order of life. At the age of 24, he shaved his head and took the name Krishna Chaitanya from Keshav Bharati nearby Katua. He also became known as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So to console his mother, he promised to stay in Puri, a moderate distance from Navadvip. He then spent 4 years traveling through South Bharat and also visited Vrindavan and Varanasi. During this time, he also gave special instructions to Rup and Sanatan Goswami, who then also spread the glories of the divine love for Radha and Krishna. They settled in Vrindavan, where they spent their years in writing many books, elaborating the instructions of Lord Chaitanya and glories of bhakti for Radha and Krishna. They also revealed the places where Radha and Krishna perform many varied pastimes in that land of Vrindavan, which have remained special spots where devotees can become absorbed in the bliss of love of Radha and Krishna. Apart from traveling to South Bharat for 4 years and to Prayag, Vrindavan, and Varanasi via Bengal for 1 year, he spent the rest of his life in Puri, absorbed in ecstatic vision of Krishna in the mood of Radha.
And he would dance and dance in front of Jagannath. Jagannath's cart would stop, just watching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dance.
During this time, he was absorbed in ecstatic devotion to Krishna in the loving mood of Radharani, in which he would lose all external consciousness. He freely distributed the divine nectar of his love for Krishna to everyone and anyone day and night. Even his presence or mere touch could transform everyone that came near him into the same devotional mood. He remained like this until he finally left our vision at the age of 48.
And at that time, he actually merged into this deity of Tota Gopinath, who, as you can see, is very unique. He's not standing, he's sitting in a lotus position. You can see his lotus feet here. This is very unique. This is in Jagannath Puri, in a temple called Tota Gopinath. Very beautiful, beautiful temple with nice, wonderful devotees who are always willing to serve. It's so nice. It's such a nice beautiful deity as well. Didn't cover, but I think I wanted to ask Surinder, anything you'd like to share? Because there's so much of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we didn't actually cover. Anything you'd like to share?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Yeah, wonderful pastimes of Gauranga Mahaprabhu with his devotees, Nityananda Prabhu, and all the Prasada associates of the Lord. So, these to the pastimes of Gauranga Mahaprabhu is very vast and elaborate, and it's been described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Also, that's Chaitanya Charitamrita written by Krishna Das Goswami Kaviraj.
Yeah.
And Krishna Das Kaviraj is the incarnation of Vedavyas. And also there is Chaitanya Bhagavat, written by Vrindavan Das Thakur. And Vrindavan Das Thakur also incarnation of Vedavyas. So there is explanation given how both of them are incarnation of Vedavyas, which I, at the moment, I cannot fully recall. But one of them is like hidden, a sort of there is a difference between both of them. Both are incarnation of Vedavyas. The detail I cannot remember at the moment, but it's expansion given by our Gurudev in one of the books is there. Like that, and Nityananda Prabhu, like that. Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur would go out preaching on the order of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And they met Jagai and Madhai. And Madhai, he took a piece of pot, piece of clay pot, and he threw at Nityananda Prabhu, which struck on his forehead. It was bleeding. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared at the scene with his associates, and he immediately wanted to punish Madhai. He was invoking his Sudarshan Chakra, and he was about to chop off the head of Madhai. But Nityananda Prabhu, he clasped the lotus feet of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and he said that he requested Gauranga Mahaprabhu not to kill Madhai. And he said that in this incarnation you have come to distribute Krishna Prema, distribution of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, to deliver the fallen conditioned soul, not to kill them. And then Nityananda Prabhu's request, then Gauranga Mahaprabhu forgave Madhai, and also Jagai also asked the forgiveness. So Nityananda Prabhu forgave Jagai and Madhai, and therefore Gauranga Mahaprabhu forgave Jagai and Madhai. So in this way, it is very paramount for us to approach Nityananda Prabhu to get his grace, so that we can get the grace of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And in one of the songs composed by Narottama Das Thakur, he says, Heno Nitai Vine Bhai Radha Krishna Paite Nahi. So in this way, we advise to take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu is Guru Tattva. He's Gurudev. So our Gurudev is the embodiment of Nityananda Prabhu. So the first contact with divinity is through Gurudev. We are advised, like the main things is to approach a bona fide spiritual master and take shelter of the spiritual master and serve the spiritual master and inquire submissively. This is very much emphasized among all the 64 devotional practices So these is three things: to approach a spiritual master, to surrender and inquire and serve the spiritual master is paramount. And then in the company of Sadhu Sangha, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and performing some seva. In this way, we will progress in our Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna Prabhu Nitai Gaur Haribol.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. There's so many other, yes, that's one of the most important pastimes. I think if we get a chance, maybe on Monday, we can also go through the internal reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came as Nimai, or rather Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But another really amazing thing that happened when Chaitanya came. Oh, sorry, Pravin, you got a question?
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yes, please.
It was interesting, little bit difficult. Just wanted to make sure, is this the same Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the one which was came with the Balaram and Sri Krishna? And
No,
then there
he
was,
came after.
they're all five together,
Oh, yes, the Panchatattva. Yes,
What?
that's right.
Is this the same one or different?
Same one, same. He's the main, in the Panchatattva, the middle one, with his hands up high.
Yeah.
This is him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the
And
main.
then he's the main. All right. That's fine. I wanted to make sure.
And he's
All
Radha
right.
and Krishna.
Yeah, Radha and Krishna.
Yeah, Radha.
Not Balram.
Not Balaram.
No.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, one
Sitaram,
thing
yes.
have been missed. The inauguration of the Harinam Sankirtan is so
Yes.
important. Harinam Sankirtan everywhere in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just said that in every town and village, this Harinam will be practiced. Okay, Hari Bol Prabhu.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. When the Chandakazi broke the Madanga of the devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu organized the very first Sankirtan movement. In middle of the night, 100,000 people went to the home of Chandakazi with
That's it.
Yes, and they were chanting, and Chandakazi was frightened. And he said to Nimai, you are my nephew. Please don't become aggressive. And he also relayed to him, I had a terrible dream last night. A lion came upon my chest. And he said to me that I will kill you if you again disturb the chanting of the holy names. So I promised him I will not ever disturb the chanting of the holy names. So this was Lord Nrsingadev who had come and given his mercy to Chandakazi. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so kind. He said to Chandakazi, no problem, you are forgiven. And then he explained about Vedic scriptures and about vegetarianism and the terrible sin of killing a cow. So many things were explained to the Chandakazi. And to this very day, the Muslims are still in majority in that land, in Nadia, but they never disturb the chanting of the holy names. So this is very interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Yes, Sitaram.
Thank you for sharing, Prabhu. We had forgotten this point.
Yeah. No, you hadn't. I know you read the Chaitanya Bhagavad a lot, so it's very good. Very good. Thank you.
No, I am reading Chaitanya Bhagavad. It is so amazing.
Sweet,
To complete one chapter, it takes me many days, even months, because it refers to Srimad Bhagavatam. It refers to Ramayana. So you think, how can somebody just adapt it with such type of reference? It is quite difficult. And alone, the tears come from the eyes of mine. Okay, Haribol.
Good, well done. Thank you so much, Sitaram. Thank you, everybody. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.